The excitement is ramping up for the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct coming out tomorrow, and I just have to wonder, will Animal Crossing make an appearance? Well, if you ask me, there's multiple reasons we may see the reveal of the next mainline Animal Crossing game in tomorrow's Direct. Animal Crossing New Horizons was an incredible success for Nintendo and currently sits as the number 2 best-selling Nintendo Switch game of all time, selling over 47 million units. Third place isn't anywhere near taking its spot, and first place happens to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the only game that has gotten a sequel revealed for the Nintendo Switch 2 already. In fact, Mario Kart 9 is the only game we know of so far that is making its way to the Nintendo Switch 2. Obviously, Nintendo plans for the Nintendo Switch 2 dedicated Direct to show off more of the functionality and features of the Switch 2 and a release date, basically growing our knowledge from the reveal trailer itself. But the rest of the Direct, and dare I say, the majority of the Direct that we will watch will be dedicated to the Switch 2 exclusive titles Nintendo plans for the system to have, as launch titles, as well as expected to release within the first year on the market. Animal Crossing would fit perfectly as a release title for the Switch 2. It's a massive hit with Nintendo fans, a well-known game that will get everyone excited. It's got plenty of online and couch co-op features that would incentivize people to encourage their friends and family to get the game, and therefore get their hands on the Switch 2 to do so. And just in general, Animal Crossing is a system seller. There is a large, and I mean a large group of people that otherwise would wait on the Switch 2, that if Animal Crossing was a launch title for the system, would buy the Switch 2 ASAP just in order to play it. If the next Animal Crossing game happens to be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2, then of course we'll see its reveal in tomorrow's Nintendo Switch 2 dedicated Direct. Nintendo's EPD Production Group Number 5 is the team responsible for developing Animal Crossing games. They tend to jump between working on Splatoon and Animal Crossing, and obviously can focus some of their team on developing the next big game while the others take care of updates and DLC for the games they currently have out. They even likely had a small group dedicated to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp that can now be reincorporated into the larger group now that the game has officially completed at the end of last year, and no longer needs updates. The last game they completed was Splatoon 3 in 2022, which had its last DLC come out February 2024 and its last Splatfest in September 2024, meaning with no more updates, they have no reason for any of the team to be working on anything except their next big game, which, if we follow their previous patterns, would suggest they should be working on the next big mainline Animal Crossing game. The team tends to get out a new game every 2 to 3 years, meaning with Splatoon 3 coming out in 2022 being their last release, we are due for a new big game from them very soon. If we look at all previous Animal Crossing game releases and the time we have waited in between, we would get an average wait in between Animal Crossing games of 4.75 years. Meanwhile, we have currently waited 5 years for a new Animal Crossing since the release of New Horizons, and have yet to even get the reveal of the next game. It's time. The longest we have ever had to wait in between games has been for Animal Crossing New Horizons, which was a whopping 7 years. But there are many reasons for that. For one, New Leaf released on the 3DS, and there's only one mainline Animal Crossing game per system, so logically the next game would come out to the Wii U. However, the Wii U was an utter disaster, and Nintendo decided against it in the end, probably scrapping any work they did do on a Wii U Animal Crossing game in that time and starting over. So we had to wait for them to start fresh on the Nintendo Switch. For 2, we had so much in between New Leaf's release and New Horizons release. We got Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo DLC update, which was a huge DLC for the game. They made their first full Animal Crossing spin-off of Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for the 3DS. They also made extra little apps like Animal Crossing Plaza for the Wii U and Photos with Animal Crossing on the 3DS. Then the Wii U actually got an Animal Crossing spin-off game that the entire fanbase hated called Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. And finally we got Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, the mobile game that came out in 2017 and got consistent updates all the way until it was completed in 2024. So it's clear the team stayed busy with Animal Crossing projects. And thirdly, Animal Crossing New Horizons was the biggest Animal Crossing yet, completely redoing all the Animal Crossing world into beautiful HD models and adding so many new features and a completely new idea and setup that in the end, it just made sense that it took them so long. All three of these reasons are unlikely reasons for us to have to wait as long this time around for the next Animal Crossing game. The Nintendo Switch 2 dedicated Direct is likely to show off not just launch titles, but it's Nintendo's best opportunity to show off all that they have planned to come out within the first year or so of the Switch 2's life of exclusive titles. This is their moment to sell us the system. Yes, it's basically a better Switch that can play most Switch 1 titles, but what exclusive games does it have coming to it, and that give us a reason to shell out hundreds of dollars for what is essentially just the newest, best model of what we already have? Nintendo knows their Switch 2 exclusive titles are going to be what sells the system to us. The Switch has such a great first year, in large part due to its massive collection of huge, exciting titles that were released during its first year on the market. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and many more. Honestly, Breath of the Wild being a launch title and knowing Super Mario Odyssey was just a couple months away was likely enough to sell the system to most people. Of course, I didn't buy it till the day Animal Crossing was revealed, but that's besides the point. Nintendo is going to want a banger of a first year for the Switch 2 to really sell this thing. And Animal Crossing would be a great way to do it. It's the #2 best-selling Switch game. It fills up the casual audience's need for our cozy, happy game. Its community features will encourage people to want loved ones to get the game. It drives a strong online presence of people discussing the game and growing hype for the game and therefore the system it's on. Animal Crossing's next mainline game coming out within the first year of the Switch 2 is a no-brainer for many reasons. So, it being revealed in the Direct would be a great way to get that hype going. Obviously, a good game takes a long time to build. We saw that with Animal Crossing New Horizons. But now that they've made New Horizons, and it's beautiful, and there's really graphically isn't much further to go from there, why not reuse the assets? After all, the Switch 2 is just a slightly more powerful Switch. Animal Crossing New Horizons assets are already so beautiful and perfect, I can't imagine Nintendo could go much further than that to make the game look better. So if they reuse the assets in the next game, they could save themselves a lot of time and money and effort and still have an incredible game on their hands. What we need is a new story, we need a complete game at launch that doesn't need constant updates for basic things, and maybe some new items and fish, and what have you, just so the game has more. But beyond that, we're golden. Focus more on the feel of the game and how the game functions, like more in-depth villagers that don't repeat themselves constantly, and to make sure that the game has everything it's supposed to have at launch this time. And then just reuse the assets from New Horizons to get the job done faster. Done and done. If that's what they chose to do, then the game should be ready for reveal very soon, possibly tomorrow, and ready for release this year or next. Animal Crossing is a huge franchise for Nintendo, one of their biggest and most loved. We always get a new Animal Crossing game for their big new system, so now that the Nintendo Switch 2 has been announced, it's guaranteed to be on its way. It's just a matter of time. And in my opinion, the Nintendo Switch 2 dedicated Direct tomorrow could very well be the perfect time to announce the next mainline Animal Crossing game. Our wait may be just about over. All I can say now is, see you tomorrow, and fingers crossed until then. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoy Animal Crossing, Tomodachi Life, and cozy Nintendo gaming in general, consider subscribing to join the family. And if you liked today's video, gently tap that like button so YouTube likes me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Love you all! Bye!